Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamescast, episode 360. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hey.
Yes. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to episode 360. Yes, it is 360. We are...
Did it. Full circle, baby.
We do have, I guarantee you, folks, we are talking fall preview this episode. We are getting to it. It is happening. It has taken us forever. Mike wasn't on, so we couldn't do it last week. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
And we're going to get to it. We got to move because Corey wants to play Destiny 2 tonight.
Full preview, Destiny 2.
Meanwhile, yeah, we get it before it comes out, even though it's out already. I think you can go buy it now.
Before it's really fall, but close enough.
So I'll be playing Destiny 2 tomorrow. Let's get into the news, though. Nindies. Nintendo held a press conference last week and announced 20 new indie games coming to the Switch. We knew about 3 of them, I think, right? We knew about... what do we know? Let's see. There was
we knew King Knight was going to come at some point.
Yeah, there was 3.
We knew about SteamWorld
Dig
Dig 2 was at Gamescom, and it was announced. And
Golf Story was out there.
Shovel Knight, Ya King, and Kentucky Route Zero, and we knew about the big one, but we didn't know when it was coming, which we'll get to in a second. The big game announced. Travis.
Yep.
So they announced Super Meat Boy Forever, Mom Hid My Game. And stop me if you want to mention these. Golf Story, which seems
looks
kind
good.
of cool. Yeah, looks good. Floor Kids.
That's so weird.
Wolverblade, which actually looks kind of cool. I think that looks kind of cool, actually. Polybridge, Earth Atlantis, Next Up Hero, SteamWorld Dig 2, which was just previously mentioned, Mulaka, Yano and the Celestial Elephants. Oh, no, I'm mixing it up. Dragon Marked for Death actually looked pretty cool.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, the one I just read before. That's the one I was interested in. Battle Chef Brigade, which looks pretty cool, too.
I've been waiting for that game for years now.
Yeah.
It was called Food Wars, and you had the characters from Sokugeki in there. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That would have been
They got to
awesome.
do like a crossover or like DLC for that.
That would be really cool.
Or just mods. I would totally do that.
Yeah. So that's coming first on the Switch this holiday season. Morphe's Law, Sausage Sports Club.
Morphe's Law was kind of weird, I have to say. Like, did you guys see what that actually is?
It's an interesting premise.
Yeah, the premise is interesting. The characters look weird. I don't know about it, but it's
Steal mass from first-person shooter that allows players to steal mass.
Kind of absorbs their area, whatever.
Yeah, 4v4 combat. Players hunt down opponents and alter their mass, which affects navigation through the levels. Sausage Sport Club.
Does not sound like a good time.
No. Light Fingers, 9 Parchments, and I think that's all of them. And then we have the No More Heroes announcement, which was the biggest one. So
that looks like the Stranger Things font.
What's that?
Yeah, the font. Yeah, the font looks like the Stranger Things.
Yeah, why? That was an interesting font to choose.
That was weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, we knew that was coming, but obviously the biggest announcement from this show was probably that, I would say, right?
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah.
That it was trending for I think about a week.
Was that like coming?
YouTube.
Is it coming this year or early next year?
No, next year.
Okay.
Next year. There's no way.
2018, yeah.
Okay, it's a 2018 thing. Okay, because a lot of these are coming later this year, right?
Some
fall.
of them.
A lot of them are
Most
coming
of
fall.
them
The ones I was
fall.
interested in were fall.
Yeah.
Like the Golf Story.
Seemed like they were doing like holiday and like
The,
fall holiday to
Golf Story, the chef, what is it called? The brigade
Battle
thing,
Chef.
Battle Chef Brigade. That's coming this fall, or this holiday, and the Dragon game I think was coming out this holiday too. So,
SteamWorld Dig's not coming out this holiday?
did I miss that one too? September 21st. September 21st.
It's coming out this
for
fall.
Steam.
Yeah, September. Yeah.
So
Golf Story
yeah, I knew we
this
got
month
it.
as well.
yeah, I mean that's cool. I mean, there's some cool games coming for Switch. It's great because I have I have eShop credits sitting, so I'm going to enjoy that. Thank you, GameStop. Which I would like to tie this into Flip Again 2 happened.
Electric Boogaloo, as people love to.
As Rich popped on and said, thank you, Rich, for tuning in. We appreciate you listening. And also jumping on Slack. Like, we talk on Slack about this stuff and post what we're doing with flips, and we post our receipts. It's pretty fun, actually. So I posted...
Metagame.
Yeah, I posted my flip. There was like a setup and then a flip. It was really cool. You have to do the setup purchase. I spent $75 this weekend and made $300. So a pretty good flip. 320. Let me get that accurate. 320.
Plus whatever points you're going to get.
Plus, my bonus points, which gives me $5 off here, $10 off here for new stuff. Any game, it says. And plus, it also rewards me. I mean, I had three buy two get one free coupons, and I think that's
which is essentially a free game.
Yeah. So I have those sitting there too. And so yeah, it was Flipageddon 2. I mean, did anybody else do that besides Tony? Corey, did you get to it?
I did actually get to trade some stuff in. I didn't get to do like a huge Flipageddon stuff because by the time I had a chance to do anything, like all the stores are sold out of all the titles.
Good stuff.
But I did buy the PS3 version of 2K just so I could get to 6 because I didn't have 6 titles. So I was like, well, this one will get me money, but it's like a couple dollars. That's fine. But because I need that to get to 6, it's gonna, because 5 doesn't do you anything. So
nope.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Go ahead.
And that was the only new game I brought in. So when I traded in, the guy's like, "You went to Walmart and got this, right?" It's like, "Yep." he's like, "This feels brand new." It's like, "You went to Walmart." And I was like, "Oh, I needed 6 games. Can't lie here." Like, he's like, "Well, like they've been doing this all day."
That's what's funny about when I went to the Byram GameStop. Actually, they had the same. Like, she just did it. Like, there was no. I mean, they were. The Wii.
Was that the golf chick?
Yeah, the Wii Just Dance. The Wii Just Dance was like just open in the car. You could feel you could feel when there's a new game. And NBA 2K was just open as well. And she just like scanned both of those. Just like, you're trading these in. And I had 3 pre-owned Wii Switch games in my hand. 3 pre-owned Switch games in my hand.
Wait, did you even bother taking off like the pre-owned stickers?
No, I just brought it right back to them. I just delivered them. The same thing with Madden 18 that I had. It was just I brought it right over. Here's your stickers back. Here you go. They didn't have to tag them. At least they're good, ready to go back on the shelf.
Yeah. No, I mean that was funny because the guy was saying he's been doing this all day, and I guess his friend was there talking to him like while they were working and stuff. And he's like, and he's been waiting all day because traded his stuff in because he's like, the cashier guy was basically saying, oh, he can wait. He's just been waiting. He wants to see what everybody's getting and their trading values.
That's awesome.
That's funny. The 2 times I did over the weekend, the first guy, I don't know if he was aware. If he was, he didn't let it on. But he remembered me from the last weekend. He's like, "Oh, you're back." I was like, "Yeah, I heard you guys are running a trading deal again." He's like, "Yeah, let's see what you get this time." And it's like, not as much as last time, but that's still pretty good, and whatnot. But the second time over the weekend, the girl was scanning him, and she's like, she looked at everything and looked at this. She's like, "Man, did you even play these games?" I'm just like, I just take really good care of my game. What does it matter to you? I mean, no, I've never played this game in my life.
I don't. I don't treat my games like 12-year-olds and just throw them around.
Yeah. So that was Flipageddon. Let's move into some actual other news here. We got a Randy Pitchford statement of 90% of the Gearbox staff is working on this.
That's not the only statement. I have to like.
Yeah,
here we go.
That's not the only statement by Randy Pitchford. But yeah, let's hear what he has to say.
Working on the thing I think most of you guys want us to be working on. That's his quote. So, that's Homeworld 3?
Absolutely.
Battleborn 2?
Colonial Marines 2.
Yeah.
So, we all know I am the biggest Borderlands fan on this podcast.
The world.
Close. But, I mean, even being that and, knowing that this game is coming out, I'm super excited, obviously, but you have to take whatever Randy Pitchford says with a grain of salt because he has no idea what the words that are coming out of his mouth mean. Like, he really does not understand the concept of sentences,
rush hour thing,
context.
Well, he did correct somebody though. I watched him correct somebody on Twitter today about the art style. He said, like, don't believe everything you read in as a headline. He's like, that's because when they were talking about the art style, about them changing it, that leaked or something.
I love Borderlands. I love Gearbox for making Borderlands, and I love that Randy Pitchford spearheaded Borderlands. But Randy Pitchford's an idiot. He's fucking stupid. The guy, like, I've come around to the fact that he is not a smart man when it comes to what he's saying. He's worse than Peter Molyneux in what he says because Peter Molyneux's got big dreams for what his games are and just can't deliver. This guy just speaks nonsense and expects things to happen and like poof, this exists. But no, it doesn't. That's not how the world works.
It sounds very similar to somebody else I know.
But so the other comment I thought you were going to lead with, Jim, was the fact that he's saying that in an interview he was quoted, and this is just an interview that people post. Like this is just a post of an interview, and he's trying to correct people online, saying, "Don't read that garbage, like trash, or whatever."
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to afterwards. Yeah.
He says
that in the interview.
He said in an interview, he's quoted in an interview saying I feel like the art style of Borderlands is hampering its success, or whatever. Paraphrasing.
Yeah.
It's success, which, by the way, the game has come out on everything known to man, except for the Switch, which it might happen.
It's hugely popular, and yes, it could sell more. Absolutely, it could sell more. But as far as what the game is and how successful it is because of the art style.
Yeah.
It
differentiates itself.
Thank you, Tony. It differentiates itself from everything else that was similar because of what it looked like.
If it was like a dark brown gritty thing, like any of the Call of Duties or Battlefield or whatever, nobody would have given a fuck. Nobody would have given a fuck.
Yeah.
This game would not exist. The sequels will not be here because if you did not change that art style. So him saying that is complete and utter bullshit and is ridiculous. And the fact that he came out on Twitter and said, "Don't read that garbage" or whatever it was.
So that's what you're talking about. So
that is fucking ridiculous. And like, I have to just like, if I see him, I'm gonna smack him in the face. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Now hold on, Corey.
I'm the biggest Borderlands fan here.
Hold on, Corey.
This
He
might be where
hero.
he's coming from here.
It's like
Is that
breaking my
the cell
heart.
shaded thing might not be a thing much anymore. You know, it back
it's the
then.
style of the game, though. It's the
I
style
know
of
it's the
the
style
game.
of the game, and that was, it worked then, but
No, it's
there
it's
hasn't
still
been that
it's-
many
it's-
games like that since then.
I don't care. It's the signature of the game in my mind. It really is. I mean, that's what you think of Borderlands. You think of the cell shading.
There's
Like,
4
people-
games in that series.
People
that-
people cosplay that on purpose. They cell shade themselves in their cosplay. They do that because it's the style of the game.
Yeah. Corey, I just wanna go back in the time machine a little bit to, I want to say 4 years ago at PAX. You and I were waiting, I think, to play
Dude, I
Borderlands 2.
And you took pictures of me with Randy Pitchford,
Yeah.
and he was my hero. This
Yep.
guy.
Yeah, you couldn't talk to him in the
Little
elevator.
Gino.
You could talk to him in
I
the
love
elevator.
This guy, man. Like
Yep.
the shit he was spewing, I was drinking that up, man. Double fisting that. I was young and naive in those days.
And we met him at the launch event for yeah.
At the Borderlands party.
Borderlands party.
For the PS4 and Xbox, the
Yeah.
Handsome Jack collection.
Yep.
He's a
We met him.
fantastic person.
Oh, he's a great
It's just
showman.
he doesn't
Great
understand
showman.
how
Yeah.
words work.
He has the best words.
Yep. I mean, he showed us their, snack room. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Snack room seems pretty tight, so,
All right. So
Like I said, he says,
He needs to put more snacks in his mouth instead of talk.
for me to say that, it takes a lot.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty
Lot
big
of-
of you. Pretty big of you. I'm
lot of
shocked. I'm
shit
shocked to hear this.
out.
I
Because
didn't,
it's just constant. It's just constant.
Yeah.
It used
Well,
to be
I
like,
mean-
okay, I can forgive this, I can forgive that, but now it's just constant
so just
disregard for what people are quoting him saying.
do you expect
To
though?
himself.
Do you expect Borderlands to come out next year?
No.
Yes.
I do.
absolutely.
I do,
100%.
too. I do,
will
too.
bet
I do,
on
too.
this, because
And this is coming
their
from
Hail
me.
Mary. This is
This
their
is coming
Hail
from
Mary.
me.
Because of how bad Battleborn did, they need Borderlands
Which
3
is
to
why
be a
I
smash-out
do believe that
success.
90% of their staff is focused on Borderlands 3.
Like
I do believe
that thing, unfortunately,
2018
one way or another.
release.
Yes,
You say
2018.
Borderlands 3 will be a 2018 release.
2018,
I don't see
and-
it happening.
and
I'll take that bet.
Now, before this starts, because I want to get on this bet, do we put the Death Note up for this one?
Oh boy. I mean, I'm
Or
willing
do we wait
to,
for a four-
Because
let's-
you know what?
maybe
If
wait
it's
for a four-person
If it comes
bet.
out, that's a win for me. If it doesn't come out, that's still a win for me.
Yeah.
So I will watch Death
Ma-
Note because either way, I'm still winning here.
Well, I'm thinking like maybe we
Well,
want to
I
wait
see it
for maybe we wait for somebody to maybe we do like a 4-person bet where we have to do the Death Note bet on that. That way we all have to experience that.
Either way, I mean, whatever.
I would like to know what Mike thinks of that.
In regard, my opinion. So
But yeah, we could do I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'll make the bet. It's coming out next year, and here's how I'm going to tell you. Here's how it's going to go down. PSX event, world exclusive. That's how we're going to see this game
This year.
in December.
this year,
Yes, we're going to see it in December,
I agree.
and they're going to say coming 2018.
I was going to say the same
That's
thing
how
that
the
Tony.
unveil is going to be.
I was going to say the same thing Tony just said,
I
but
fucking hope so, man.
I would make the same statement. So
It's going to be way too late in 2019.
I would like to make
Way
this
too-
bet, but I don't like. It's like double jeopardy for.
I wouldn't
Corey.
argue that the fact that it may be too late for that 2019, but yeah, I mean,
Because the thing is, even in 2018, I mean, look, they're going up against Destiny 2. Overwatch is a thing now. Anthem probably is going to be a thing next year. Not to mention the staples like Call of Duty, Battlefront, Battlefield, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's going to be a crowded ass market, and they need to get out sooner rather than later.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, I really wanted to. That's.
All right.
I don't know.
We'll see. Keyboard and mouse support coming to Xbox One, thus confirming that Age of Empires will be out on Xbox One, like I want it to be.
I doubt that. I'll take that bet too.
Okay, here's my. Let me just. I was trying not to get into this, but here's my gripe with Microsoft right now. Every Xbox game that comes out is going to be on the PC. Why is it that every PC game from Microsoft is not going to be on the Xbox?
They don't always work on Xbox, Jim.
That will work with a keyboard mouse support. That's coming right now. For the Player Unknown Battleground, they're going to have keyboard mouse support very shortly. So you could be, because it's going to be cross-player.
Who cares? You have on PlayStation, you have keyboard mouse support. It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying the Age of Empires then would work. All right. Well, we'll see.
Well, I mean, are you taking it or not?
No, I won't bet on it. No. But I will probably jump in on the other bet with you guys. So we'll have to figure that out. We'll get the logistics down offline. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 still listed as holiday 2017 because that's what it was before. So no release date yet. But still in 2017. With a website now.
Confident.
It's coming. We're
going to see an October direct.
It might happen. It might happen. So that's good news. I hope I lose that bet. All right, fall preview, and then we'll get into what we've been up to, and then maybe finish up with something else special. Fall preview, guys. I'm going to go through the list here. Stop me if you.
So wait, hold on. What are we doing for the fall preview? We're guessing Metacritic.
No, this is like our movie box office preview. So like what's coming out in the summer. This is what we're doing for fall.
Okay.
Let's also pick a game that we think is
going to be a winner and
a winner and a loser. Yeah, a surefire and a. We could do smoldering. What did Hulk say in Thor? He's like, I'm like smoldering fire. You're like.
No, he's like smoldering fire. I'm like raging fire.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so in September we've got Destiny 2 coming out.
And we should do a sleeper. I mean, we could do fantasy.
Jesus, guys! Wow, we're doing this live. We're doing this live.
I don't want to go through a list. You gotta have.
We do that for movies. We go through lists for movies, tell what's coming out, what we're expecting, what we're excited for.
Fun. And definitely next year, just because of all this fucking box office bullshit arguments we've been having, next year, it's happening.
All right.
It's happening.
All right.
We're keeping stats and everything.
All right.
Because dude, fantasy fall previews would be, or any preview would do a fantasy style, pick a game that's going to be over.
We're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
80 Metacritic or something, and let's see what our average Metacritic score is. Let's build the best team. Yeah. That'd be fun, man. And then you need to have clunkers in there to, or if you try to average. Oh man, I got all these ideas. We got ideas. We got ideas coming, guys.
Oh man, I had to draft some bullshit game. Oh, I had to get the new Assassin's Creed. Damn it.
You need.
Yeah.
You need one for every month.
I needed an Ubisoft game.
All right. So Destiny. See, there's so many games coming out in the month. I was planning on skipping over things, not going game to game. We're okay with that?
Well, what months are we doing? September and October?
I guess we can just do September, October then. If we're going to go through the list, then we'll do November, December next episode.
Okay.
So let's do that. Destiny 2 tomorrow, which is actually tonight, but when you're listening to this now, so...
I think this is my no-brainer. This is going to be a success.
Yeah, I think that's a success
obviously.
too.
Absolutely.
I'll go through the list. We got Drive Girls, Monster Hunter Stories. Stop me when you guys want to discuss one. Lego Worlds, NASCAR Heat 2.
Do you want to give dates?
Oh, these are all September 8th except for NASCAR Heat. NASCAR Heat moves into September 12th. NASCAR Heat 2, is it Yees? Yeah, Wise? How do you spell that? Ease. I thought I had that right. Okay. East 8 coming September 12th. Pro Evolution Soccer coming September 12th. And that game is one of their most popular games, but not over here in Europe. So
it's their only game now.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right. Jesus, that's Konami. That's the only game Konami makes right now. Thank you.
They will have that
Metal Gear. They're doing that Metal Gear Zombie.
Yeah, whatever, but
we'll see if that actually comes out. So that's September 12th with Tooth and Tail, Rayman. What? Mike?
Nothing particular.
Okay, Rayman Legends coming out for Switch. That's a game I'm going to skip. There's so many definitive editions for that game.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of seeing it.
I have it on like a couple of consoles, I think.
Yeah. Happy Dungeons, Manifest 99. That's all September 12th. Baja Edge of Control, coming for Xbox One and PS4, PC, stuff like that. That's September 14th with Divinity Original Sin 2. I thought that came out. Am I mixing
No, that
this
was
up?
a Kickstarter.
Oh, okay.
And it's been on early access, but it's coming to full release.
Dishonored: Death of the Outsider is a full expansion for Dishonored. It's a side story, but a full standalone game.
Standalone, yeah.
Yeah. That's coming September 15th.
I think that might be disappointing.
Okay.
Is that your underperformer of the of the month?
Of September?
I think so. I think that's the only. I think that's the only one. Although it's not even like a real game, it's the only one where there's probably some expectations that I could see really like not doing that well, because I think Dishonored's lost a little bit of goodwill with its fans since the last one was just kind of more the same.
Yeah. I'm going to get to my disappointment one. It's coming on the list.
Yeah, that might be in the 19th.
Yeah. Metroid Samus Returns is that day as well, and that'll do well. With the Nintendo nostalgia going on right now, there's no way that game doesn't sell.
That's no-brainer,
Yeah.
yeah.
End Space, Mary Skelter Nightmares, September 19th. Burly Men at Sea, Hidden
If you
Dragon-
want to just take like administrative, like call here, the executive decision type thing, Jim, and skip some of the stuff that people have never heard about,
Thank
I'm
you.
okay with that.
I will. If I skip over, that's why I wanted to start this podcast saying if I skip over something, just stop me and we'll go back if I miss something that's because I'm skipping through the list. So September 19th, the big game is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's my bust.
That's my bust. Totally.
Yeah. I've been saving that one.
Is this going to be a critical or financial bust, or both?
Both.
I have no faith.
I think it'll still sell decently.
Over under
Wow.
60 on
Mike?
Metacritic for me, because like
Mike, if
I
it
don't
sells,
know if
if it
gets-
sells decently, that might be called success.
Well,
I
the thing is, the
can't
gameplay is there. It just looks like shit. Like you don't want to look at it, but the gameplay is there, so they could have a higher Metacritic because it still plays well. From what
I think it'll be around a 75 Metacritic.
75 that high. Huh?
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
It's going to
it'll
be hard for it to get.
I think it's under 70.
I think it's under
No,
70.
68.
People love that Capcom fighting system. You can slap it on anything.
Fuck this game, though. Fuck this game.
I mean, launching that day as well is probably could be. Destiny's going to sell very well, but it could be game of the month. Number one is NBA 2K18. Is launching that day.
2K18 is going to be pretty big. They actually
2K18 is on every fucking system.
I'm going to go with 2K18
every
being
system, and
number
they
one that
actually
month.
changed some things this year too. They have all-time starting five, actually full teams for each.
Yeah, it's going to be very
franchise. It's a new
interesting
thing.
this NPD for September, because Destiny 2 and NBA 2K18 both are going to sell ridiculous amounts because they are multi-platform, and NBA is on Switch, it's on 360 and PS3. I mean, it's gonna.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 2K18 being my number one game that month, beating Destiny 2. There's a lot of ill will for Destiny 2 right now.
With digital sales, I think Destiny 2 definitely takes it. At least for the initial month, Destiny takes it. But in the long run,
Oh yeah, in the long run,
NBA is
there's no
gonna keep
competition.
higher.
But I still say in the first month, I think 2K18. I think it does.
Well, do you can count expansions though? As,
No, I'm just talking about the SKU.
Yeah, the one game.
SKU.
The SKU.
Okay.
SteamWorld Dig 2 is September 21st for Switch.
The only thing is,
What? Oh, he's gone.
it dropped out. I think that SteamWorld Universe is unique. I have the SteamWorld Heist game, which is pretty cool, but I never played SteamWorld Dig 1, so we'll
What?
see how this is.
It was a PS Plus game, wasn't it?
Just because it was PS Plus doesn't mean I played it. I have it.
Oh, you have it. You should definitely play it. I mean, it's not a very long game, but it's a very enjoyable experience.
Yeah. No, I've only heard good things. So
We've got Ninjago.
that's also coming to PS4, by the way.
Yes, it is. We got
Yeah, a week
Ninjago.
later.
Ninjago coming out for the tie-in for the movie. The Genesis flashback system launches that time. That thing is supposed to be a mess, by the way. That system. If you're listening to this and wondering if you should go get that, I heard it's a disaster right now the way it runs, and it's misleading because it doesn't actually have 80 Genesis games on it. It actually has.
And it's not officially. Is it officially from Sega? I don't think.
No, it's not. It's that
It
same
is.
company that's been making them, and they're putting on their own games in the 80 list, and calling it 80 games, but it makes it look like it's Genesis games. There's like probably 25 Genesis games on the 80.
Yeah.
So it's misleading. So just
How
a
is
heads
it
up.
not an official thing though? If it's a Sega,
It is. I mean, it is, but it's not officially from Sega. Like, it's from another company.
right. Like Sega's not making it because
Yeah.
they don't make hardware, but it's a Sega product. They had to sign off on. It's not like these guys are doing it illegally.
No, they had to. Yeah, they had to sign off of it. Yeah, it's
Right.
not underhanded or anything like that. So,
Right.
Pokken Tournament DX September 22nd.
Yeah, that'll do okay. I think everything
Yeah.
Switch is going to do okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know
the
if
thing
that's
is
going to do
Mario-
well.
People want games.
You really think so?
Anything
I
like
don't know.
Yeah, Mario and Rabbids. Even though it came out in August, because of the date it came out, it's not actually being tracked for the August month, so
really?
it'll actually be tracked in September.
Okay, so it's going to have a few extra days of sales then.
Why is that?
Just because that's how NBD ends their day, like ends their month. It's weird.
Because I mean, some games get like 1 day, and it's like, well, this is your day in the MPD track.
Yeah, it was just the way the things fell.
All right.
It's weird. I don't understand. I didn't,
Batman: The Enemy Within finally comes out, episode 2. That's September 26th. Guess what finally launches September 29th for the Xbox One? Cuphead. Finally! I'll be playing Cuphead, for those who are wondering. You'll know
Jim,
when-
I was thinking about this. I don't know why you're getting that game.
I'm going to
Every
hate.
preview-
I am going to
every
hate
single preview.
the shit out of that game. I know, Tony.
Every
I know.
single
I know you're going with
preview
this.
I have seen
I know.
about that game just talks about its brutal difficulty. And every single time we talk about a game possibly being hard, you're like, I don't
Fuck
like
that.
dying.
I don't want to play that.
I don't like dying.
Yeah.
I don't
Dark
like
Souls.
dying.
Fuck that game.
Dark
Bloodborne,
Souls,
fuck
I
that
hate,
game.
Blood-
I hate
yeah.
Dark Souls type games.
Yeah. Why would we want to play something that's
And he
so
didn't even
brutally-
like Limbo, which is
I
same idea
hated Limbo.
kind of a little bit.
Yeah, so that's coming out.
FIFA's gonna do really well too.
the,
That's on the 29th.
SNES Classic coming out September 29th. So good luck, everybody.
So, okay, let's guess for September NPD. What do you think is going to be? You think Switch or SNES Classic is going to be number one?
I don't think they're going to make enough SNES Classics.
I do. I think.
Nope, you have too much
To
faith.
be number one
Your
is not-
faith,
I don't
your
think
faith in Nintendo is your weakness, Tony. They're not
You
going to
think
make
they
enough.
make 500,000 in the U.S.
Not for, at launch. I just don't see them making that much. I don't see them making that much for launch.
200,000?
Yeah, I could go 200,000 on those. 250.
200,000 would be enough to make number one.
You think so?
I don't think 200,000 is gonna
No.
be number one.
No.
Not
I think-
with all the bundles that are
Yeah,
coming out.
I mean,
with these fucking
Sony's-
Oh,
systems.
sorry. Yeah,
Will,
Destiny. Ben,
will
I
it
forgot
beat
about Destiny.
Xbox One? Yes, it will outsell the Xbox One in the month of September. But Switches are available now. You can get them. So I think that's going to sell very well. And the PS4's bundles are just going to be really good
Yeah.
as well.
I think it could, if there was availability, the classic would win. But I agree with Jim. I don't think there's going to be enough to make it past PS4.
Yep. So that's your month of September. Gundam Versus, if anybody cares about that one. I'm
I
sure
care,
that,
but
yeah, I'm sure there are people
it's
that
not
care.
like
That's maybe a $10 game. Get it for $10. I'd get it.
Where does FIFA fall in MPD though? Is that going to be top 3?
yeah, that'll be. Man, it's,
Destiny, NBA, and FIFA.
yeah,
gonna
those
be,
are top 3.
Dude, this
by
list
far.
is
Just
Wait,
matter-
is Madden out or did Madden already? Yeah,
Madden came out already.
Madden will
August.
probably still be top 5 still too, with the football
Mhm.
ramping up.
Yeah, I have to get a new games list. Sorry, this game list is terrible.
I mean, I have October here.
Oh, do you? You can read them off.
October 3rd, Forza Motorsport 7 for Xbox One.
And that will sell very well. It's all you can get. That's it. If you have an Xbox One, you should be buying that game because why else do you have the system right now?
And it's going to be Xbox One X enhanced, wherever that means.
That's a game. Why not announce that to come out with your X? Like, was it Crackdown 3 was their big bank? Really?
I
That's a launch.
think it was.
That should be a launch game with the X, because now it's going to be a month out beforehand. I'm not playing that game until I get the X console. Now, by the way, those who are wondering, because of Flipageddon 2, I'm getting the X console. Thank you, GameStop. Microsoft should be thanking GameStop. But I'm not going to play that game until... I'm going to wait, because it'll probably be cheaper during Black Friday maybe or something when I have my X console.
Yeah.
So that's going to hurt their sales of that game.
It'd be interesting. I'm very curious about the sales because we've talked about it before, but I think the Pro still outsells the X. But Middle Earth: Shadow of War comes out the 10th of October.
That's going to sell. I think
Xbox
that's going to sell very well. Does anybody think that's going to...
I don't think so. I mean, it'll sell like well relative to other
How does
games,
that
but
rank on NPD? That's going to be very interesting because
I
still think all the sports games are going to be up there.
We got NBA
still
2K without a doubt, and we got Destiny 2 will be on the list. I would assume it still charts in October.
This is the thing. Shadow War needed to come out in August.
It can't
Like August, it would have.
It can't compete.
Yeah.
Holiday, October is going to be packed.
It's gonna be
You think
tough,
all the
yeah.
games for September.
So-
It's going to
and-
get lost.
A bust? Do you think a bust on that one?
I mean, it'll still do well. It'll probably rank in the top 10, sure, but like it's not going to be what they need that game.
It won't be in the top 5.
And like, what is
No,
the like?
no,
and
absolutely.
the NPD, the Metacritic is going to be probably like
Not
high
good.
70s, I guess.
Yeah.
Jeez, Mike. Your
That
feed
game is
so
getting
bad,
like
Mike.
savage, like just savage because just everything from because
What we've
I
heard
said this
about.
at E3, like the tonal, like with the orc, like yeah, it's funny, but it was really weird for the Lord of the Rings universe. Then it came out in that what is her name, Shelob or Shalob, whatever you pronounce her name. She's like some hot big titted like NPC in the game that gives you quests and shit. And then now there's like loot crates and all this other microtransaction bullshit. It's got just negative reception all over. I just cannot see this game standing up in the
Yeah.
long term.
Yeah.
It's got that WB charm to it. Get them loot crates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what else we got?
October 13th is The Evil Within 2. Perfect, because that's Friday the 13th.
I
Yeah.
think that's going to do.
That'll do well. Did the
surprising.
first one?
Obviously, yeah.
The first
it did
one
well.
surprised,
Obviously,
yeah,
got a
yeah.
second one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to do well relative to what it is. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it high up in the charts. No, I don't even think it makes top 10.
It'll
to
be
honest.
like a success, like
right,
Baby Driver is a success.
right,
Nobody thinks
exactly,
that's
like
gonna
an
be,
indie success, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
We know, Mike. Your internet's been really shitty. It's
Yeah.
you keep dropping on
those are
us. But
You're going fast and slow motion on me all the time.
Yeah, you're getting very,
try
you're
to get
very
in when you
pixelated.
can.
Yeah.
The 17th of October, we have Gran Turismo Sport.
It's going to do very well.
Finally.
It's going to do very well.
I don't know. To be honest, I mean, it'll do well, but it's not the blockbuster title it used to be.
It's not. It's no Gran Turismo 2. I mean,
No,
it's-
no.
way.
Do I think, it'll be top 5? Yeah, absolutely. I'll go with top 5 on that.
Top 5 NPD.
I'll bet
For the
against
month
you.
of October?
I will take that bet.
Let's do it. I want to do
I
it.
will
I want to do it.
Wow.
Like, listen, I know this is going to be a crazy bet.
This is
Listen,
October?
for October.
October.
I want to do a crazy bet. I want to do... Oh, shit. Hang on. What's the end
You
of the
have
month?
a game coming out in like 10 days after that, man. That's
Yeah, but that's going to be... I'm going to guess that's number 1. And I would put this in the top 5 still.
And then you have
Won't be.
4 other games that
Won't
are
be.
not like the
Like,
sports
I'm not...
games. I
Do you
don't know.
honestly think Assassin's Creed's going to sell that well? No.
There are a lot of Ass Creed fans out there, man.
I will take the.
All right, well, it's gonna be interesting.
Top 5.
I think
You're on, Tony.
there-
Top 5.
There are a lot of PS4 like exclusive people that like will buy their games because it's a PS4.
October starts too.
Also, that day we have South Park: The Fractured But Whole.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that one. That's actually coming out, finally.
Oh,
That's what's scheduled here. I mean,
Damn,
17th of October.
October's full. Shit.
And
it's okay, I'm
also
sticking with it. I'm
WWE
sticking with it.
2K18, which is coming to Nintendo Switch as well.
Which one?
There's a WWE 2K18. There's a fan base for that game.
yeah.
And your Age of Empires, Jim, is 2 days later.
That's
There
PC.
is.
We have Fire Emblem Warriors also coming out Nintendo Switch 3DS on the 20th.
Jesus Christ.
And this month is getting stacked already here.
Yeah.
Destiny
Moving on to the
2
best
for
part.
Windows, we know is coming. All right, here's another big seller, Just Dance 2018 for everything.
Ah.
Literally.
October
for everything,
24th.
including the Wii. Including the Wii.
I'm
I
sticking
can't
with it,
believe people
Tony.
are still buying those games.
I'm about 25%
Sticking
sure.
with top 5 for that?
I'm just gonna change this. I'm about 75% sure I'm going to lose this bet. But I'm sticking with. I'm sticking
We
with.
haven't
it.
even gotten to these 2 big guns here. Coming up, October 27th, Assassin's Creed, we know is coming. And that's a huge franchise. And Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, now that's the big game.
Switch.
That's my number 1 game for the month.
Is
But-
that even like, that's going to be like
Not
almost
sure
a
that'll
1-to-1 ratio, like we're going to be looking at here.
Yeah.
And,
should be
and
almost
also
a
that day, a game that I think is going to be very good, but will get buried. Wolfenstein 2, the new.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what happened to the new order. Didn't it get like buried with like releases?
Kind of, but I mean, I love it.
It's still got a sequel, so it did
You
well.
have it, right? You have it now.
No, I have to
Digitally?
borrow it from. Oh, wait, did I get it? I may have
can't
gotten
do
it.
that.
I may have gotten it like digitally or something like that.
Yeah,
so-
'cause this is like super cheap. I think
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
$8 or something.
I
You
think
still
I may-
confident about this, Jim?
Oh no, not anymore at all. But I just lost a bet. But I'm going to stick with
October.
it. For fun, Tony, I'm doing it. Just remember it was for fun, so don't be too harsh.
How about this? Just because it's immediate. How about this? If it makes top 5. No, hold on. Let me think about
Oh, you're giving them odds
Seven.
here?
this. I'm giving an
Go to
option. All
7.
right. How about this? If we go to 10 and you're right, I don't have to watch anything. But if I win, you don't have to watch anything.
Wait, what? Repeat
I'll
that.
give you the top 10.
Okay.
We'll go down to 10.
Okay.
Not. But either way, nobody has to watch it.
I'll go with that.
Oh, I
I'll
think
go
it
with
makes
that.
top 10 though, Tony.
I'll go with that. There's a lot of games. I know what he's saying. Like there's so
Dude,
Just
it's
Dance.
so much.
Just Dance
It's
is gonna
so
sell like
I know you're
hotcakes.
getting the bleed over from September.
I'm not
and stuff,
sure.
Yeah.
but
And you're getting the NBA 2K18 still. That
Yeah,
always
no, like I
charts.
said,
Like all those sports games,
Yeah.
Destiny, like
October is when the NBA season starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the sports games is taking up half of the top.
I'll
top
take the
10.
bet. I'll take it.
Mario. All right, so just for fun bet.
For
going
fun
to
bet.
top-
Yep.
top to top.
Yep.
how about this? Forza or GT Sport? Which sells better, Jim?
Oh, GT Sport, I think. They're more install based on the
Because
PlayStation 4.
I don't see it. I don't like.
You think
I'm not
Forza's
gonna.
sell
Yeah.
Forza is a huge franchise.
It is. No, it
It's
is.
the bigger franchise now.
It is.
Right now, it's the biggest.
We're talking
franchise.
about just America. I think Forza is bigger.
Here's the thing you got to think about though with Forza. Forza is also now an annual title with alternating. It's doing Horizon and
Right.
Forza. So
Oh,
I think that starts to lower the amount that it sells.
Yeah, a little bit of
Yeah.
fatigue, but the thing is, I don't see the market for Gran Turismo. Maybe it's just because I don't
Maybe.
go to the sites or the.
You're getting it, right?
magazines.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I'm getting it. Absolutely. I have
This
a Pro.
is HDR 4K.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Looks amazing. That looks amazing. And comparing the two of them, I think it looks better than Forza's on the X. I think it looks better than Forza Xbox X
Well, you
version.
haven't seen it. You haven't seen the X in
I
person.
have. Well, no, but I have seen it in 4K on my TV in HDR.
Okay.
So
That's the thing. You haven't seen it running on the system in your house, though. So.
I've seen a video in HDR in 4K on my system.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's closer than top 5 for GT. That's a closer.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go top 10.
Because
I
I
still
just
make
don't
top
see
10.
Sony marketing that much. I mean, maybe it's just
No,
'cause
they
it's still-
don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I mean, the one game I skipped on here that I think looks really interesting is Hidden Agenda, which is coming out the 25th, and they're using that whole like similar thing that the Jack box does with the phones or controllers.
Oh yeah.
So-
And
Would you
that's
guys-
really cool.
Would you guys go bust of the month then? Shadow of Mordor? Are we all kind of?
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely.
Someone's got to be the bust. Someone's got to be the bust.
I mean, as far as like, because of its high profile, it will be. Again, like we had Evil Within and the Wolfenstein and the Colossus. I think those games are going to be successful for what they expect and expectations, but they're not going to be anywhere near
Right.
what these other games.
Like
are.
Shadow of War is a AAA, but
Right.
AAA budget title
They
that
want Destiny numbers with that,
Yeah.
and Assassin's Creed numbers.
I still
with that
say,
game.
like, I
Not-
still say Assassin's Creed is not going to do very well.
Assassin's Creed is going to be better.
I think the break helps it.
It
A
might.
lot.
It might. But I just
I
don't think
think
it's.
I think the break helped it, but I don't think it's going to
What
reach
does
the heights
better,
that the other
Shadow
game-
of War or Assassin's Creed?
No,
Jim?
right.
That's tight. That's where I think it's close, and I think Shadow of War does sell better than Assassin's Creed.
No.
I think
No,
it's going to be close, and I can't make a bet on that. That's how close it's going to be, but I think it does beat it.
Hmm.
That's why I'm going to take Assassin's Creed as my bust of the month.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, it's completely fair and
Yeah.
and understood. Like I can understand that.
Man,
You got to
I
take.
mean, we just
one,
got the
so.
sports titles. We got Mario, Assassin's Creed, Shadow of War.
Yeah, it's a lot. That
I mean,
month.
we're still gonna have a leftover Destiny 2. I mean, it's a crazy
Yeah.
month. That's
And
a-
you know, everyone that has a Switch is buying Mario Odyssey.
oh yeah, absolutely. That's easily 500,000 copies.
Right.
Easily.
All right.
Because the thing is, all these games started trying to migrate out of November, which is good, you know. But we're starting to see October being crap, and even September a little bit. Like last year, I don't think September was anywhere near as had a high profile like Destiny 2. I could be wrong, but just going off memory, I can't remember.
And it doesn't stop. I mean, November is huge, and
Yeah.
I mean, you could even have a freaking RPG in November for Nintendo Switch.
We could
too.
have November or December, whatever holiday means. So that's
Yep.
going to be last week of November or something. But all right, so that's going to be your September and October previews, folks. We'll do November and December next episode. So tune into that.
Mhm.
Now let's get into what we went up to. Mike, kick us off.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Lots of Sonic Mania.
If you can kick us off.
Sonic Mania, I think, is what he was
Yeah, we
saying.
heard Sonic Mania.
He was talking about that with me, and he really froze.
I don't know how much of this are gonna. Mania.
Well, how about
Mike, turn off your video and just start talking. Just click the video thing and just start talking. See if the audio improves.
I don't know. I can't.
You can't
Hold
just
on a
click the
second.
camera button to turn off the video?
To go.
Alright, anyways.
Had it minimized because I didn't want it. I had it
Doing it live?
minimum it to take up processing on the screen.
Yeah, so now just use your audio.
You guys hearing me or what?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So just talk about what you've been up
Alright.
to.
Yeah, it's mostly been Sonic Mania. I played. Actually, you guys just talked about like that. You know that's you. You know that game that was free this month on PlayStation Plus.
Mm.
Yeah. That's the one where it uses
Yeah,
the
I did that
phones
a little
like
bit with
Jack.
him when we were on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not so good, but it's fun enough as a family like party game.
Mm-hmm. This
There's
is
not that much to
another
it.
meta game that we have, guys, where we try to figure
Yeah,
out
Sonic
what Mike
Mania,
is
I
saying,
Yeah.
piece it together.
I don't know why the internet is so bad right now, but it is.
Yeah.
The storm. Who knows?
But yeah, I beat Sonic Mania. I got the all the emeralds as Sonic. I cheesed it a little bit by replaying because you get level select after you beat the game once.
Okay, so you have to beat the game to go levels like because we talked about it the other week, and I was just like, "What? I don't understand this," and I was pissed off.
Yeah, you gotta beat it, and on that save, you can go back and just select levels, and that makes it real easy to get into the special stages. If first stage you can get to that in like maybe under a minute, you can find the first one, and and then there's also the bonuses with the Blue Spheres levels, which they give you so many opportunities to get in, and there's so many of them to do. It's kind of a grind, but it's also a way to get better at it. So much so that I almost want to go back to Sonic 3 and Knuckles and play them again, since now I think I can actually do it, because I couldn't do it back then. But that's it.
Okay.
What kind of pisses me off, because I've been playing that too, and I'll just go real quick because it's
Well, you've been playing 2 games, right? I would assume.
No, actually, the other game that I said I was gonna get, I did not.
You didn't get Mario?
Just because, real quick, like, since my brother's getting a Switch, I did get Mario and Rabbids, but he really wanted to play it, so I was like, you know what, here, you have it, like, you play through it first, and I'll just play it whenever, because the thing is, I just picked up Nier, so I want to play through that, and then by the time that I'm done with Nier, Metroid's gonna be out, and I definitely want to go play that. Like, Mario is cool, I'm excited to play it, it's just not like I need to play it right away.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to finish up Sonic Mania 2. The game is getting a bit harder, but the thing that pisses me off is I don't understand what you're supposed to do, because I found those rings where you're supposed to get the Chaos Emeralds, and I'm really pissed off because I fucked up on this one where I don't know. I guess I was thinking it was like Mario Kart, and I was trying to jump over the track to get to the UFO
You only
thing.
can in some places.
Yeah, right. So I jump and it just falls me off. I'm like, really? Like, come on. I just wanted to get this done. But so the thing is, after you fail that, you see the ring, but it's like kind of like clearish. It's clear, translucent, whatever you want to call it, and you can't go back in it. So I'm like, all right, well, let me just game over then, so I can restart this level. Game over, restart the level, and I still can't do it. It's like translucent again. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? I don't know if you only get one shot at it per run or something. I don't understand how I'm supposed to.
You need to. Yeah, you got to pretty much beat the game and start the whole thing over again to do it.
Fucking dumb.
You can't.
So dumb.
You can't just restart the level because it does keep track of that.
Yeah, it auto saves. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, just
fuck that shit.
just forget that, Chris.
You're not
Fuck
gonna-
that shit.
it's-
Just enjoy Sonic for being the game and don't worry about collecting
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean, like once you beat it, you could do it then, but it's going to be very hard to do it on one actual playthrough the first time.
yeah, and that's what I figured out, because some levels it's like pretty up. I'm like, it seems like there's a secret over here, and then other levels I'm just like, no idea what the fuck is going on. But yeah, it's fun, but it's Sonic. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for me.
Corey?
I mean, I'm loving it.
Oh yeah, I mean, however, my opinion is, however much you loved Sonic on the Genesis, will be pretty much how you enjoy this game.
Okay.
Like, I'm liking it a lot, but
Yeah.
not.
Corey?
Yep. It's got all of its flaws and all of its successes.
Absolutely. Yep.
For me, I've not played too much actually. Again, it's kind of been really into board gaming and trying to get a lot of board gaming done. But I did play Path of Exiles. Is that what it's called?
At the Exile?
Yeah, I played that because I was like hampering for some, Diablo style game that wasn't Diablo because I just want something different. And it's free to play, so why not give it a shot? And it's fine. It's good. It's not Diablo, but it's free to play, so it has some of the free to play elements that you don't necessarily want in that kind of game, I guess, because it is all about the loot. And like, if you feel like you're not getting loot because maybe they're trying to hold that back, so you can buy that stuff, it just doesn't feel as good. But it still mechanically works well. It's fine. And I, just wanted something a little different, so tried it out. And now that Destiny 2 is out, I can be done with it.
There you go. I'm so like, I started Yakuza, and I don't know why, because now Destiny 2 is coming out, and I don't know what to do. But the big game I've been playing this week has been is Mario Rabbids, Cross Rabbids, and I played through all of World 1. So I've played quite a bit of it actually, because that does take a bit more time than you would expect. The way the game is set up, it's actually pretty cool. It's more of I guess I don't want to, I was telling Mike about this. I don't want to call it a mobile game, but the battles are so small that you can play them in segments. So this is not the only game that you should be playing at the time you're playing it. Like, you shouldn't be diving into just this game, in my opinion. I feel like this is the kind of game that's experienced slowly and steady, and just enjoying it. Like, World 1's finished now for me, but I've been playing, I played Yakuza as well, and I can play Destiny 2 while I'm playing Mario, and I don't think it's going to interfere with each other, because it's like, just maybe time, but not really much, because you can use the Switch wherever you're going, so it works. The charm of the game is great. I don't really like the Rabbids, but they're funny, I guess, when you get to actually interact with their counterparts from Mario, because there's a Peach Rabbid, and then she gets to meet Peach, and they really take their cosplaying seriously. So it's like, it's interesting. I was telling Mike, the game, I would probably give this game an 8.758. I'm right about there. It definitely gets more of a point based on Mario being in it. If this was just a Rabbids game, I probably wouldn't be playing it. I think the charm of having a strategy game with Mario is the big draw for this game. Not that it's weak in the strategy department. It's fine. It's not as in depth as XCOM 2. There's a lot more chances of missing and screwing up in that game. This kind of is very dumbed down version of what that is. So it's either 0, 50, or 100% chance of hitting somebody. It's never in between, and it tells you exactly what your chances are of hitting, which sucks because there's always that 20% shot you want to make in XCOM that when you make it you're like, fuck yes, and you win the game. I did that one time in the first game. I won the game on a 23% sniper shot, and I hit it. And that's how I won the game, because I needed to win in that round. This game is more about just getting perfects for me. If I don't get a perfect on the map, I feel like I screwed up. And I've had a few goods and actually a fair, because I screwed up and got my character killed, and you can't get a perfect at that point. Yes, I beat it in 3 rounds out of the 7 required, but I had 1 character lost, and so it doesn't give you a perfect. So you carry around a team of 3. You can swap them in and out outside of battle at any time. Swap your weapons in and out, which is pretty cool because they have different power-ups against different enemies. You don't really know what you're facing, really, though, before you get in there. So strategy-wise, it's done really beforehand, and then maybe switching it if you don't like what you have, you can go back out and reload. But it's been good. I mean, the story itself is not excellent. There's nothing really making sense about the crossover. It's a crossover game. I don't think any crossover story is holy shit, this works perfectly. But it's a great game to have, like I said, on the Switch. It's a perfect game for the Switch because it's a game that you can pick up, put down in 10-minute time. It's something that you can finish a map easily in 5 minutes. So it's perfect segments. There's I think there were 12 areas in World 1. I was ready for 8, but there was actually 12 because they're so small. Maybe more, but so I'm on World 2 now, and it's fun. Like I said, though, it's going to be a perfect complement to whatever game I choose to play coming up. So I'll be playing more of it as I go, and I'll be playing this more of enjoying it until Mario comes out. I'll make sure I have it done before Mario, obviously. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. All right. We have a little bit special. Yeah, we have a special thing for the episode 360, which we've been working on. So if you're still listening, you're going to get a little bonus round here, a bonus treatment here. We're going to go through our top 360 games, Xbox 360 games, because this is episode 360, that we played. Most fun experiences. They don't have to be exclusives. It's more like we all had the 360, and that was a big part of our gaming when it was out because it was a great system. And so I thought we'd do like our top games. Yeah. So if someone wants to go ahead, I have to mute real quick because I have to cough. Corey, go ahead.
For me, obviously, Borderlands 1 and 2. They were the only games I've ever 100%ed the entire everything that's ever come out. Those two games, and so like I have a screenshot of like my achievements for it, where it's like 100%, and that includes DLC. So like all that shitty Moxie battle like arena shit that we had to deal with, that was like some of the worst. But getting that 100% was such a nice thing, and I really like what PlayStation does with the platinums, because that's something that you can really like just show like, oh, I platinumed this game. Kind of wish they had that for Xbox, and even Switch would be great if they had some trophy system like that.
Yeah.
But
I really want them. I want Nintendo to put that in there, by the way. I really wanted some trophy system, but go ahead.
Yeah, it'd be cool. But for me, like Borderlands is one of my top memories and experiences, and obviously as a huge Borderlands fan, which we talked about earlier in the podcast. That has to be my number one game.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't list mine in any particular order. I just listed my top 5 games that I really remember playing intimately. Sure. So.
Do you want me to just give all my games, or we're going around?
Yeah, I mean,
just do yours.
Just do yours. Yeah, do yours, and we can talk about each other as we go.
Like I didn't put them in any order either. That was just my top game I have to like talk about. Like another one for me is Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That's one of my favorite games on the system as well. Just I'm sure that'll show up on Mike's list because
I actually forgot about it.
I did too, actually. Yeah. I think I need to remove Rock Band 2. Sorry, everybody. Rock Band 2 is leaving my list.
But like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, it was just the couch co-op fun you have with that game.
You know what it was?
Unmatched.
It has to be on my list, Tony, and you know why? Because we played to death at Buddha's house. And Buddha went out and bought the system and made sure we got Ultimate Alliance to play it in his basement that night.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and that's why that makes my list as well.
Yeah, and then Gears 3.
That was
to death. Right,
near launch too, right?
Ultimate Alliance was Ultimate Alliance was
Gears 3 for me was like the definitive Gears game, just like Halo 3 is the definitive Halo game.
I was up in the air between those two on my list, Halo 3 or Gears 3, and I chose Gears 3 as well, just because of the fun time 4-player co-op. That's really what made that list for me. So, but yeah, I agree with that.
And then I don't know how many that is, but obviously you got to put Mass Effect, because we talked about Mass Effect for a whole year on our podcast.
Yeah.
So Mass Effect 2. And then I just want to throw out there Fable 2. I thought was a great 360.
Fable 2 was so much fun. I had forgotten some of the charms of that game, where like you can see your there was like,
it was like one of the first games that had like the quest trail to like follow.
There was also that weird multiplayer thing where like the Wisp was there, and from like I remember Nick being online and jumping up and down, following me around with his Wisp, and I'm like, he has no idea what I'm doing because you can't see the story, you just see each other sort of, and it was. I remember that aspect of that game, so. That was good. Yep. Good game. Mike?
So I'm just going to keep going and we'll see what happens. But
yeah, it's fine. We can try right now.
Obviously, Arkham Asylum and City, like Corey had, both completed like the Borderlands. I both 100% of both those games.
I 100% of both of them as well. Those are my 2 perfect achievements. But like I guess I didn't leave Asylum on here because City was the like perfection version of that game of what that was going to... I mean, it was a good game.
City was definitive.
Yeah, definitive, yeah.
Well, they kind of come together, I think. Yeah. That's why I do it for
Tony, do you disagree that City was better? You liked Asylum better? Really?
I liked Asylum better.
Wow.
It was just tighter. Everything was tighter.
It was more of a... It wasn't open, obviously, and it was more like settings. Like, the setting was more of
atmospheric.
A part of the game, yeah.
You know what I did like about Asylum, though, was when you cleared an area, it was empty. Like, wasn't that the way? There was a couple guys that would come back, but it was mostly empty.
Yeah, I mean,
occasionally they would surprise you, actually, with, like, 1 or 2 coming back where you thought it was empty. But more often than not, it was empty. The reason why I put City over it is just the ending of City, I think, is insane.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Arkham City with that. Yeah.
Had the balls to do that. But also, the open world is okay. You could take it or leave it, really, but Asylum had that sort of Croc section, which I really thought was kind of a slog.
Hmm.
If you
I did too.
remember that,
Yeah, I
like,
remember that section. I didn't like that.
like that
Dinosaurs,
the whole
yeah.
section I didn't need, and I don't really remember anything quite like that in the city. But these are like some of my top games of all time. These two, so that's up there. Mass Effect 2, obviously, for just that
Many
story.
Yeah.
Yes.
No words need to be said about it. We've talked plenty of times about Mass Effect 2.
Yes. I'm also noticing that these are all third-party games for me. The first actual first-party 360 game that I would even consider somewhere like 8th on my list would be Halo 3. But before that, I loved Assassin's Creed 2. I thought that was like the best sequel to a game. The story was still interesting then. It was still fresh and intriguing. The gameplay was still fresh and intriguing back then. I thought that was great. BioShock was a big thing that got me into like more up hardcore games that just have good reputations and good reviews and stuff. That was the first one because it wasn't the type of game I normally would have tried. I loved that.
Yeah.
And also Fallout 3 was the first time I got into that series too, and that was a huge new world for me too.
I consider Fallout 3 for my list, considering the style of game it was, that I enjoyed it so much. It's not, that's not my genre really, the open world stuff, but it was so fun, that game. That was great. That was a great game. But I ultimately chose most of my games have already been said, so I'll go, and then Tony can finish us up. Red Dead Redemption 2 was the one that ultimately made it because, again, another game that's not my style, but I really love that story so much. The only thing I didn't like about that game, was the ending and how it forced you into that one ending where
That's huge though, man. Endings how you start is how you finish.
I know. I've gotten myself in that game out of worse situations, and I'm like, come on. Like, that's why I thought it was just like frustrating, because you're like, I can get out of this situation.
It's also just different in a game as opposed to a movie where like you are yourself working towards something, and then when
the game takes it away,
kind of negates that for story purposes at the end. It's just like, eh.
Remember when Red Dead Redemption 3 was coming out this year?
Yeah, no.
That's
again,
a funny joke.
Said it would be delayed. But I always say that with every game. So, yeah, but everything else on my list is Mass Effect 2, Gears 3, Ultimate Alliance, and Arkham City. So that's the stuff I put on my list. And, with Halo 3. Mike, you said Injustice as well, right?
Injustice wasn't on 360, was it?
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Injustice. Yes, it was. Yeah.
It was? Oh, wow.
Yeah, Injustice is on my list. I forgot it.
You got the definitive stuff on 360.
Yeah, it was really near the end. It was really near the end.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, that, and again, like that's the first fighting game I ever really got into. That's why I wrote it down. I can't see that right now because I have that closed.
I forgot to put mine on.
That's okay. You ran through your list, so. All right, Tony. So Tony, your list is interesting. Actually, I forgot about the big one for me that we played so many multiplayer at. Well, not multiplayer, but competitive.
I was considering
scorekeeping.
that one.
Competitive scorekeeping.
Overall, I couldn't do it.
Pacifism.
So yeah, exactly. So Geometry Wars 2. This was at the time when Microsoft and just the Xbox 360 was paving the way with
Xbox
indie
Arcade.
games such as Castle Crashers. If it was not for the bugs that plagued Castle Crashers when it debuted, that probably would have been on the list because that game was just so fun.
Oh, dude, they're having to restart so many fucking times. Yeah, I remember doing that. Your game, yeah.
Yep. But Geometry Wars 2 is like the quintessential indie title for the Xbox 360. Just among our circle of friends, I remember just hours upon hours of playing that game because the game was really fun.
Gotham Racing, people bought just for Geometry Wars, the original.
Yep, exactly.
They didn't even play the freaking game that they were buying. They wanted to get the freaking hidden game that was like an Easter egg.
Yeah, exactly. So Geometry Wars 2 was just amazing, and it built upon the first one so well, but just the start of the show was the pacifism mode, where you can't even shoot, and you're just dodging enemies and trying to lure them to gates that explode as long as you pass through the line. And it really gets crazy and hectic, and
building up the amount.
I could still see crap. Like I close my eyes and I could just picture and imagine the boards. And in a way, getting into like a couple minutes into that, when you start getting like the crazy waves, I swear it's like when you're doing well at the game, it's kind of like reading what I imagine code was like in the Matrix, where you're just like, I see everything. And it's just
like what Keanu Reeves felt when he gets up after being shot.
Yeah, it's just like you just like see all this stuff. You're like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna swirl around, and then I'm gonna like fake him out, and then lure him over here. It's almost poetic in a way.
And then the girl with the red dress shows up, and everything's fucked.
Yeah,
exactly.
and then it happens like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're like, I chased the wrong thing.
I cut that corner
yeah,
a little too hard. Yep.
That game is just like pure gaming goodness when it comes down to it. Because like low budget, I mean, no AAA, no voice, like hardly any voice acting, anything like that. But that game is just so much fun. Also on there is Bayonetta, just because for me the action slasher, just like type of beat 'em up game that Devil May Cry started, and then they kind of tapered off with because it's fucking Capcom. Platinum just picked it up and was like, yeah, we're gonna dial this up to 11, and everything in that game is so ridiculous. Like the first boss would easily be considered a last boss in most other.
Well, it was like that in Devil May Cry, the first Devil May Cry. Fighting the lava monster in Devil May Cry in the first stage, you're like, what the fuck is wrong? You can't kill this thing.
What is going on here?
Yeah.
But everything's just so tongue in cheek, and the character just so over the top. And yeah, you could criticize the fan service and whatnot, but I mean, it's a low hanging fruit. The game is just amazing. Also on there, I had Arkham Asylum. I just felt that game. I mean, City is really good as well. I'm not trying to shit on City, but I just felt like Arkham Asylum, because it was new, because it was groundbreaking, and because it was just like a more tightly designed experience. Because they weren't trying to. At least I felt they weren't trying to go for that like AAA cash. We got to sell like millions and millions of copies. It was kind of like, let's make a Batman game and see how it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it was more about the indoor environments and stuff in there, and level design a little more.
Yeah, to me it was, and what I loved about it was just getting the upgrades and stuff, and it felt like a Metroid game where you're like, oh wow, I got this upgrade, I can go to this area now.
That game was explore. It. That game that had the moment of that game had the moment of all where it was like the Batcave under Arkham Asylum or something like that. Where you're like, oh shit, he thought of this. Like,
Exactly.
That was one of the first times you can get out.
So you can't list that game here. But
yeah, and then just not to mention just the fact that they got so many of the Batman animated series, which we mentioned on the movie cast, but I'll mention it here. It's 25th anniversary of that TV show, so holds a soft spot in my heart there.
Yeah. Hearing those voices coming out of that game was ridiculous.
It was cool. It was cool.
It was awesome.
It was just pure like fan enjoyment. But
and then you had Capcom's Dead Rising.
Yeah, I did have a Cap game. Yeah. Dead Rising is probably one of my favorite Capcom games.
Some of the stories you could tell about that game. Fucking timers and shit.
Yeah, because that game just lends itself to just ridiculous times, and it's one of the few games that I would like. I had friends over that literally just enjoyed watching me play that game because it was kind of like they weren't good at the game and they admitted that, but they loved seeing things and loved the story and everything. So I remember getting that I bought the Xbox 360 before Halo 3 came out, but this is the title I had to like lure me over until Halo 3 came out, and it was just so fun. It was fresh. It was innovative. It was Capcom at its finest because they were designing a game to be a game and not like trying to microtransaction and all this DLC bullshit that we see of Capcom being guilty of today.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate how greedy they literally got with the franchise. And it's kind of funny because the entire theme of Dead Rising is how humans as a whole are greedy and we're never satisfied. And, we're always wanting more. And that was the whole reason for the zombie outbreak. Spoiler alert for a 10-plus-year-old game.
What?
Yeah. Capcom Justice there.
Yeah.
And then last game, I'm not ranking these in any particular order. It's the top. Halo 3 was what sold me on the 360 and really what made me believe in console online gaming. I just remember playing with, you guys.
Is that's the one that spawned Red versus Blue, right? Halo 3?
Yeah.
They weren't doing it.
No.
Was it 2?
It was the original. It was even the
original. It was the original, really? Oh, wow.
Blood Gulch, man.
Blood Gulch. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Halo 3 was just awesome because literally that was the first game on the 360 where you just went to your friends list and like everybody was playing Halo 3. Halo 3. And you could easily just jump into a match. And I feel like Halo 3 struck a nice balance between like good weapon variety that were also, situationally useful and whatnot. Like there weren't many weapons that were just like flat out, oh, this sucks. I don't want this.
That's some of the best customization options ever. And still people haven't done justice. I don't understand. This game is like how old and this in Forge mode and Halo 3 is still like outdoing everything else.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Like the Forge mode was ridiculous. The fact that they had the replays. I saved so many replays, and I think I actually still own my original 360 hard drive because that wasn't required for trading it in, I think. So I might have to see if I can try to get those replays because just some of the stuff you can do in that game leads to awesome moments. like I remember one we were in a multiplayer match where somebody was trying to like run me over with a warthog or whatever, and you had the equipment in the game, which I like because some of those were just so powerful in the right context. So I had the one that created like the little hover boost thing. So I just like throw it down, and it just like the warthog just goes and like goes over like that, and I'm just like, yeah, stick your grenade, bitch. See what see you in hell. And it just leads to awesome.
Yeah,
moments.
yeah.
The physics in that were amazing. Like, what you could do.
Yeah,
with
everything. Just Bungie knew how to do that, and then I love like big team battle and just all the customizations. You can do. Zombie mode,
Oh man, that's what kills me about Destiny is like, where's big team battle in Destiny?
Right.
I would love that in Destiny.
Right. If Destiny 2 had big team battle, I
It's
would.
going to be an expansion.
No, I don't think it's coming. That's the problem,
Yeah,
man.
I don't think it is.
Yeah,
So-
they already said like that all their multiplayer modes are 4v4. It's like they want to get to this 4v4 thing. And come on, I want 8 versus 8, 12 versus 12.
You know what the
Let's
problem
go.
with that is? That's people gunning for esports. Man.
Yep,
No,
that's
it's
what that is.
dumb.
Absolutely,
Stupid.
and that's
Especially
just
with
because
Destiny because it's not an esport.
No, I don't see it getting there either.
no, it's too competitive. But yeah, Halo 3. I mean, and that's not even to talk about like the single player, which was still really enjoyable, and just the fact that you could do online co-op, drop in, drop out. It was
Oh
just
yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
So forgot about that.
pretty
I
awesome.
mean,
So
Cool.
Halo. I mean, we started playing. I know I started playing that because of the single player stuff, and
Yeah.
and then all the multiplayer stuff was just topping on the thing.
Yeah.
It's
Icing
awesome.
on the cake.
There it is.
Extreme opposite from
I
me,
got
but
you,
I
Corey.
still
I knew you were
enjoy the
going.
game.
I couldn't
Yeah.
think of it. I was like,
I know. I knew you were going with it. I got you.
Sugar.
That's all right.
That's the only good thing was like sugar. Like, 'cause I don't want sugar on top. I was like, oh fuck.
Your brain's already at Destiny 2 right now. So.
Apparently.
But, yeah. All right. I think that's going to wrap up the episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in,
60.
everybody. 360 in the books. Thanks
That's
for
crazy.
tuning in. Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning
Fun,
in,
though.
everyone. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We have a video, except for Mike, who is just his picture right now.
I was there for a bit.
For most of it, choppy. But tune in next week. Write us podcasts at allicangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allicangeek. Look for our bonus rounds as well. And like us on Facebook. So tune in next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing. Zombear.